Good morning and welcome to Morning Java, brought to you as always by our friends at the GetGo Cafe and Market, right down the street here. Actually, where for a limited time you can get 2 croissant sandwiches for $6.
If you don't want to do that, you can get a sandwich, the hash browns, and a small coffee for $3.99.
So I have heard. I'm going to set this back here on the ledge here so we don't spill it here. We're at a hockey rink. That's a good thing.
It's a very good thing, especially since it's 95 degrees outside right now.
Yeah, that's right. And
I feel bad for those Steelers
that.
guys.
Yeah, we'll leave them for another Java right now. Let's talk a little about Sidney Crosby being here. What does it say that your captain shows up this early?
He's ready. He's ready to roll, and as we saw out there, he's in midseason form, isn't he? He can.
Yeah.
He's passing all over these guys. He's trying new things. He looks really good.
Yeah, that's the thing that's amazing about Sid is that he's not. I don't want to say he's always trying to reinvent himself, but he's always trying to augment. Mm-hmm. He's adding some kind of element to his game. He never gets stagnant, and you saw that with some of the ambitious stuff that he was trying. These were 3-on-3 drills where he was trying. It's hard to describe what he was trying. A lot of backhand passes when he didn't need to, all kinds of things.
Well, you made a great point earlier when you said that he doesn't need to score on a scrub goaltender. He doesn't need to prove anything.
Didn't call him a scrub.
Number 15 didn't need to score on him. So this is the time to try new things. And he had fun, and he was on target.
We have a lot of respect for whoever number 15 was in goal, by the way. All right, now that he's rolled me under the team bus here, there goes the 2-9er. What's up, 2-9er? Let's talk a little bit about all these guys. It was 14 guys.
Yeah, 14.
Who showed up. 14 NHL players. Including some of their team leaders, Patrick Hornqvist, Carl Hagelin. It is impressive, isn't it? This is what champions are made of.
Well, that's what I asked Hornqvist. Is this weird to see this many guys show up right now? And he said no, but I have a hard time believing that.
He downplays everything.
Yeah, I have a really hard time believing that. These guys have been playing deep. They've had deep run after deep run. They show that they're ready. They're here. They're ready to go. I think they're itching to go. Yeah. They haven't had this much time off in a long time.
Patrick Hornqvist, for those who wouldn't know, also was the coach as he was describing himself of this particular session. He told me that he was kind of taking it a little rough on these guys.
Yeah, he said he would be a terrible coach, but he said he would be a player's coach. So they all like that. He got a few stick taps for that one.
Yeah, no question about that. Now, Cody, the guy who stood out the most in terms of, from a news value was Zach Aston-Reese. You spent more time with him than anybody. I mean, what's that experience been like for him?
He downplayed it as well, as we would imagine, but he had a really good summer. He had the best summer of his life, he said.
You mean after he stopped eating from a straw?
After he stopped eating from a straw. Even before then, he said his lower body's never been stronger. Just a real nice kid, raring to go. He's one of those guys, too, that he doesn't know that he's made this team. He's sure not going in there with that mindset.
I love that. Yeah. And that was part of it when I asked him what had changed about his summer. As I asked most guys in any kind of training camp or spring training setting, he did emphasize the lower body. To what end? I mean, is he looking to make sure that he's got the skating stride that he needs to keep up in a top 6 role?
Yeah, and something you've brought up to me many times is that he's that 200-foot player that Mike Sullivan wants. He wants to make sure he can keep that going at a high level because he, like I said, he's not coming in with the idea that I'm on this roster. He's trying to earn it every day, even through the offseason.
Yeah, and he can be a heck of a hockey player. You can't forget about him. There's going to be a lot of excitement, and rightly so, about the fact that we know Daniel Sprong is going to be on this roster, but this kid, he's got something. I got one for you. And I think a lot of the people who are going to be following this season and me and you chasing this team all over the continent are going to be interested to hear your first impressions. But what's the impression that you have of this group, the first handful of guys that you've been around here? Not talking about hockey, just people, some of the things you saw.
These guys have all held a Stanley Cup over their head. You wouldn't know it walking in that room. They are humble. They're nice, just like I expected. I really did expect that. Just a great, welcoming group of guys, and they don't just want to talk at you or give you that answer that we don't want. They want to talk. They want to have conversations, and that meant a lot. That was the first time in my life I've been in a locker room where they actually want to have a conversation with you.
And I introduced you as you know, as customary, and there's a new person on the beat to Sidney Crosby, and he stood up to meet you. sit down, man.
It's surreal. It's surreal. Talk about just holding a Stanley Cup over your head. That's the best player on planet Earth.
Yep.
Who just stood up to meet a scrub like me.